It's Michael Vaughn with Lee Barker. And Lee, we saw you exploring the gold property up near Val d'Or. You're back with samples, you're back with the geophysics. Give me an update.
Well, thanks, Mike. It's good to be back now. We had a very interesting visit to the property, the Bruell property, which we've already put some information out on. It was successful. We located most of the areas we wanted to see. We located a lot of old drill holes, a lot of the old survey lines, and we actually brought back about half a dozen samples from the property that are in the assay lab now for analysis. And we're looking forward to some good results from these, of course. The other thing,
these samples, these are just not from drilling. This is just outcrops.
No, these are grab samples actually that we took from the trench areas on the property that we were able to access with the road network that exists on the property now. And they're grab samples, as I say, but we've tried to take different types of samples for the different styles of mineralization. We have about 2 or 3 different styles of mineralization on the property, and they're representative of what we feel are the opportunities, even though they are grab samples and they're just samples.
But they're in the lab now, so when do you get results and how significant is it?
Well, it's significant in that we want to confirm, earlier results by earlier operators and the prospectors, of course, that dealt the property to us, and we expect to get the results within a week or 10 days.
All right, now behind you, what are we looking at? That's the geophysics result?
Yes, that's correct.
Years ago.
What we mentioned in the video from the property visit was that we've actually now acquired all the old geophysical database from the previous people that explored there 12 or 14 years ago, and we've compiled all the known drill holes on the property on that geophysical database.
Yeah.
And what that shows us is that there are gaps where some of the good drill holes intersected a geophysical target. That part of our reason for being in this property is to try and follow up these intersections and try and build some tons of mineralization with grade that's potentially economic for underground mining.
Now, I'm back from that map, but is there anything that I can see on that?
Yes, this map here is a geophysical map from an IP survey, induced polarization. The method actually looks for particles of metal or metallic minerals in the rock. And these zones are the zones that are what we call chargeable, because the metallic minerals are chargeable. These are 2 good drill holes that were drilled in here with some trenches, where some of these samples actually came from. This is a rather large IP anomaly, and we feel that there's actually one main zone offset by faults that come down across the property, that this are the same. And of course, over in this area here, no drilling whatsoever. All the drill holes are in front of the IP targets.
Oh,
and
they missed.
They've definitely missed. And we see that quite emphatically in a number of areas. So that these IP anomalies, IP can be represented by other things than sulfides or gold mineralization or base metal mineralization. But nevertheless, when we do see a good drill hole here, a good drill hole here, and then a 150-meter gap to the next drill hole, and an IP anomaly that's over 400 meters long, we know that this area requires more follow-up.
How many holes do you plan to do?
Well, I think initially we're going to look at probably 1,000 to 2,000 meters, and that will be focusing on this area, and probably this area up here on the Bruell too.
All right. Now, I want to talk to you about the vanadium properties in China as well. Give me an update there. Please.
Well, the battery business is actually progressing well. Some new contracts are in the works for large installations, both in Asia and other places. And we're actively now pursuing the opportunity to develop one or more of the vanadium mining projects in the country, and we have several investors that are interested in supporting that. And we're hoping that within the next 6 weeks we'll have some news.
News in 6 weeks, and we're holding Sparton and Vanspar are still holding on to their 18%.
Yes, as I mentioned, I didn't mention, but was press released. We actually have a very serious investor who is supporting that with us, and our 18% interest will be maintained, and that 18% interest, of course, will be our major asset, of course, once the battery business potentially goes to the IPO and is a listener.
Lee, I'll be up for another update maybe in 6 weeks' time. There looks like there's going to be news. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Mike. Looking forward to it.